Hey, do you think anyone will notice if I change the intro music like every episode for a little bit? Welcome back to MTV. I'm stuck at home, having had COVID testing done, which means I can't freaking go anywhere, so it seems like a really good time to get another one of our series of deep dives done. This time, we're going to have a wander into Freehold 15. Now, this was our fourth run completed at a 15 or above level for the season. We're now up to 3 runs remaining, so 9 complete, so I have quite a backlog to get sorted out. Anyway, this run has a bit of a special place in my heart, and you'll see why. But for now, let's have a quick talk about the affixes. This week was Sanguine Quaking on Fortified. Sanguine Quaking in Freehold is not our favourite combination, as you can imagine. There's not a lot of room to walk, there's not a lot of room to work with, you can't pull mobs out of stuff. It's a bit tight. So let's have a quick talk about the route, and then we'll have a look at how we went. So, first up, we dive straight into these 3 packs, do them slightly separate packs, then into the pillar and drag that sucker all the way to the last boss's room and a little bit past, just so we don't have a portal hanging around in the boss arena. Then deal with these enforcers, knock the boss over, at which point all of this other trash runs away, deal with the last enforcer, cross the bridge. Now, on this week, it was doggy week, which means that you have to go and tag the dog. You can do this through invis pots or whatever. We usually send me off to go run, hit the dog at all of its points, die, and then go collect the key while the rest of the group continues on. So, we duck off to the right, kill off the packs on the right here, and then I start running around getting the dog while the rest of the group sorts out the Trapper and Shipwrap packs. At some point during all that, I get back, we deal with the pillar, we deal with the remainder packs in the boss arena, and the boss itself. Then it's just quickly clean up these packs on the way out to the next boss. We try and do the crushes on Tortolan in such a way that we're not wasting timer, so we'll try and trigger off the arena event, jump into the arena, set everything going, then catch the piggy, then do Tortolan, kill another crusher, then do the boss. Then it's into the blood, which we try not to drag very far because, well, blood sucks. And into the last bits of trash up here. Thank you to whoever it was that commented on YouTube a while back. Now, I will go back and find that name eventually, for pointing out that the Ravagers will pretty much auto-kill these packs. That's enabled us to set up a decent strat where we go in, kill all that stuff, and then drag the final pillar boss out to the corner here and just engage the last boss out near the prow of the ship here. So, with all that in mind, it is a little bit of a complicated route. Obviously, pillars make things a lot easier. I know this was a fairly standard MDI route back before pillars were a thing. Much, much easier now. So, that's the plan. The plan never survives contact with the enemy, and as the scrub tier, we are the enemy. So let's see how we went.
I'll just wait for you to say when then.
When?
So, first cab out the rank, those 3 trash pools. We handle them separately. Nice clean pools here. It's a little bit of time before the first boss, so there's often a little bit of debate about whether we should use some cooldowns, try and blow through them quickly or not. As Sierra discovers here, probably better that you don't, because they're going to screw you over anyway.
Just evaluating whether I use my beam or not.
He didn't want you to. Then into the pillar and leg it as fast as you can up to the last boss or the next boss's room. You mean you can't? Yeah, the trick is to get past it before the slow goes down.
Which is just about impossible for most classes.
Except for a monk and a demon. Me and Paul Varatus and Penny are hanging back here going, guys, wait up.
Now, as I said before, Sanguine Quaking is not a great combination in Freehold, and especially coming up to the first boss when you've got all the puddles of poo going on the ground, and then corruption. You can run out of space incredibly quickly.
Oh,
And
I'm
again.
stuck.
Of course, it would make Penny's job a bit easier if I would actually bother to, tank, but all the damage to Sierra.
well, I did have 3.
Did you? Really?
Oh, yeah.
And even with our best of efforts, this is pretty much where the run nearly went completely pear-shaped. Veratus and Penny both getting splattered in short order. Oof.
Ouch.
Stand up.
Oops,
Well done.
just bombed me as soon as I stood up. So
You know
So I
one of
got
those
out of
Venn
it.
diagrams? I managed to
Yeah.
stand in the middle of it.
I will say, if you were given report cards for playing this game, mine would definitely say, does not play well with others. Sorry, did I haste him straight out of your I-beam?
No. I use my dashes to keep up. It's just quaking is going to make this a bit dicey.
Well, run past him.
Not always backhanding, perhaps.
So across the bridge, where due to a bit of an issue, my footage has gone AWOL, so you'll have to just see Sierra while I run around and deal with the doggo. But basically, I just roll from each section of the dog to the next and trigger him off to run to the next spot, while the others,
I have threat.
I taunted a rat.
Yeah, those
How about the trapper?
those couple of TDs did some bulk work.
Tried desperately not to die. I figure there's 2 people that could viably be tanks in this group, so they can go deal with stuff. Now, if you would kindly go deal with the shit downstairs, I'll start working on Doggo.
We can deal with one of them.
Release the hounds!
I'll need all the heals, Penny.
You need them. I've got aggro.
Oops.
Now, I'll remind you at this point that Veratus is in fact the other half of our regular tanking team.
Hey, look at that. It got one by itself. Hey, look at that. It got me.
My god, your face. Alright, done. So after a quick run back later and me rejoining the group, we had a bit of a discussion about whether we should or shouldn't kite this pillar boss away. In the end, we decided no of any sanguine.
Yeah, but are we going to pull us through to the arena?
Nah.
Okay.
But these are the sort of decisions that we'll make on the fly a lot of the time. Yes, we plan ahead a lot, but we still kind of go, should we? Shouldn't we? Nah. Anyway, into the boss, and we obviously have to be a lot more careful with this boss because we do leave some of the trash up around it. Ooh, careful here.
Yeah, there's a trash back there.
And in what becomes a common theme this season, Veratus gets absolutely slaughtered.
What the?
Woof.
You were standing.
I don't
in
even
his-
know what hit me.
You were standing in his big smasher.
No, it's way over here.
Now, I did say earlier that this run is probably my favourite run out of this entire season so far, and that even counts all the ones we've done afterwards. Was a little bit buggy, but more importantly, I personally had some issues. Now, we'll quickly see Penny here.
This is interesting. I'm just running around disoriented.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
but slightly more pertinently, I myself was having some real-life bio issues. So Illy took over.
Well, maybe if we do this crusher.
Just
and
do the
left-hand
crusher first.
If we do this
I need a...
crusher- That was a I need to AFK.
Why, yes it was, Sierra. The Violet Bombshell is at the helm.
Dragging dangerously close to that pack.
And yes, it was. And she was sitting there going, I really hope he hurries up, because I don't know what the frick I'm doing. I'm hitting the buttons and not standing in the sanguine, but MT, can you hurry the frack up? And as it happened... Sorry, Illy was tanking for that big guy.
Nice work, Ellie.
Well done.
Very well done.
Very well done.
Very easy to heal.
So I absolutely credit this run to the Violet Bombshell. Thank you. Yeah, that was I desperately need to bio, so I waited until the big guy and just said, sit here, hit this button, and just ran off.
So it was an evacuation. It was an evacuation of the bowels.
It was an extremely rapid evacuation. And the reason I credit is because, as you'll see at the end, we didn't exactly time it by that much. Anyway, evacuation over. Back to the run at hand. Moving through, pull this trash pack into the boss arena, set off the event timer, and catch the piggy.
Or we just pull the big guy at the entrance of the arena. Killing right at the
Yeah.
back and we'll be fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Sorry, I'm still recovering. That doesn't give me much excuse for Sanguine. Obviously, Sanguine, you don't want to have the bosses standing in it, or it's going to make it extremely difficult to kill them. One of the comments that came up here is, let's make sure that we don't kill the dude where the boss is going to spawn. Or try not to. MT.
You've pretty much got him parked where he started.
Yeah.
Yeah, relax. Sierra did have an important reminder: you don't exit the arena during the mini-boss or boss fights, otherwise you will be dead.
Whoa!
Okay, well, MT
Get him
stopped
up.
tanking.
Oh, I did not stop
Actually,
tanking
no.
him.
Apparently, I was considered out of the arena.
Ah.
Well, better get him up. And, well, you'll see, look, I put Sanguine down, no issues, boss didn't stand in it. I don't know what you guys were also worried about. This is also a good boss to use hero on because he is just such a health pool.
Do we want hero?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Even a quick blitz on this boy is still a long fight, and it's very easy to accidentally get killed by a number of things. And we have 2 melee in the group, which of course means it's even more likely that you'll get jumped on by, say, sharks, whirlwind, dude holding sharks.
Whoa.
You got jumped on.
I did got jumped on.
Well, release and run to us.
Yeah, it just made us a blobby.
Now, I know this seemed like a good idea at the time, but honestly it wasn't. We thought we'd take Blobby across the bridge to try and sort of save the running time. That nearly cost us the run as well. If you're on that side, you want to be on the other side.
Yeah, at the same time, if you stand behind us, it also gets drops on other people, so...
I'm feeling trapped in here.
What, you can't jump backwards? Chuck wing?
You can't disengage.
Yeah, I'm standing all the way over here.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, the next couple of trash packs are one of those areas where the run can be making or breaking. And we've historically done very poorly at this, right up until somebody pointed out that actually you can use the Ravager's cast to annihilate everything else in the pack, which is fantastic, except on Sanguine weeks where you kind of run out of bridge space. But they do melt super damn quick.
Oh, melt. Remember how it took us like the better part of like a year to realise that?
Yes, and only because somebody commented on a YouTube vid. Now, even for all that, and even for all those shortcuts and hard pushing, we did cut it a little bit fine here, and, you know, like 4 minutes should be plenty, but still. We're still going to have to push pretty hard on the last boss.
About 4 minutes.
Now, the key strat to the last boss, and the thing that really ties this entire run together, is yanking him off to the side so you don't have to do the stupid pack in front of him, which is horrible, and making sure that as the cannonballs come in, you're running directly backwards away from the little bit of pier that you're standing on.
Hey, Kelly,
Sorry.
Get him up.
Yeah, I was trying to... Got stuck.
Directly backwards, yeah, directly backwards. Not in it. Or in other people's explosives, or in... Well, yeah, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on, alright? I'm absolutely certain CS health reached 0 then. Yeah, if you frame by frame that, he goes down to about 12k. So anyway, look, we succeeded in the run. And... Come on, boys. Nice work.
Cool, cool.
Now I look forward to reviewing the footage to see if in fact I did hit 0.
It looked like it. So there's our timer. Thanks again for coming along and watching. This has been another in our series of deep dives. Bear with us while we figure out what the hell we're doing with the intro theme and everything else. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, chuck us a like, exposure, views, all that good stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to go whip up another deep dive fairly soon. But I suspect before that we'll have the weekly Scrub Tier Weekends episode out. So, thanks again for watching. I will catch you guys later.